Good afternoon and welcome to County Soccer Complex in Des Moines, Iowa, home of the Girls State Soccer Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau. Alongside Sam Kane, the coach, and I'm Andy Pollock. And in just a moment, we'll have the matchup between Waverly-Shell, the Go Hawks, and the North Scott Lancers right here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company on a sun-drenched Chamber of Commerce type day here on the south side of Des Moines. And Coach Sam Kane, as we look out at these teams warming up on the field right now, you can't really draw up a better look for what we're about to see.
Yeah, I mean, look, compared to the first game this morning, the weather seems to be absolutely perfect. We don't see much of a wind. We just see a nice breeze, maybe 70, 72 degrees out. I could be wrong on that. That's just my guess.
I think you're about right on. It feels like my house, so it's got to be about just like that.
But should be a good one today. Excited to see, both teams up against it. And, just from the warm-up alone, you can see some of the quality in both sides and the individual quality, in display.
This is Class 2A, the 2-seed Waverly-Shell. They are 14-1 coming into this game. North Scott 9-8 on the season. They are the 7-seed. In Class 2A, this is a third game getting started right now. Number 1, North Polk taking on number 8, Lewis Central. Number 4, Pella taking on number 5, Iowa City Liberty. As we mentioned, this is the 2-7 game with Waverly-Shell and North Scott. And then in a short time, number 3, DCG, Dallas Center Grimes, taking on number 6, Cedar Rapids Xavier. So we are going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll dive deeper into what these two teams will need to do to win today's game. Plus, we'll have your starting lineups as we get set for kickoff. You're watching the 2024 Girls State Soccer Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. That old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
When you choose Delta Dental of Iowa, you set a chain of good in motion because we invest in your community. So whether you get your plan at work or purchase it through us, you get more than great dental and vision insurance. You make a difference for others. Choose Delta Dental for your smile, for your health, and for your community.
This is our son, Sebastian. In 2021, he took half a pill he didn't know was counterfeit.
That tiny pill contained enough fentanyl to kill him almost instantly. Kids buy them on social media and share them with their friends, not realizing how dangerous they are.
Please talk to your kids about not taking anything that's not directly prescribed to them.
Our child will never get to grow up, but we want yours to be able to.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
Welcome back. You are watching the 2024 Girls State Soccer Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. Andy Pollock here with you alongside the coach, Sam Kane. Let's take a look at how these two teams got to state First of all, for the North Scott, the Lancers, they're the champions of Region 7. They beat Independence. They're 10-8 and have a tie on the year to go right now. We'll take a look a lot today. We'll hear the name Reese Hilsenbeck a lot, along with Mackenzie Moeller. And Nora Barnett, their goalkeeper, has had a great year as well with 112 saves. Waverly-Shell Rock, the Go Hawks, they have had an outstanding season, 14-1 right now as the 2 seed overall. They are the champions out of Region 1. They beat IFA to get here to state. Annika Ott, we hear the Ott name quite a bit throughout the course of today. She's got 19 goals on the season. Linston Serrata, 9 goals, 6 assists. And Caitlin Aguinall, we may see a couple different goalkeepers throughout the course of the year, but we're going to hear a lot about their back line. They control the game a lot. They've only allowed 4 goals all season long. So we're going to take another quick break and be back with our team introductions and starting lineups for this tournament matchup. You're watching the Girls State Soccer presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
In Iowa, we grow corn. A lot of corn. Corn is what supports us. It feeds our livestock, it fuels our vehicles, and powers our state. It nourishes our families. A cash crop? Yeah, but it's way more than that. Corn sustains us. It's who we are. Without it, we'd just be... well, you get the picture. In Iowa, we grow corn. But the truth is, corn grows Iowa.
Hello, I'm Brent Johnson, an Iowa farmer from Calhoun County and president of the Iowa Farm Bureau. As proud title sponsor of the state soccer tournament, the Iowa Farm Bureau is dedicated to creating a vibrant future for Iowa through partnerships and programs that help cultivate individuals with great character, a strong work ethic, and exceptional leadership skills. Making it to the state tournament is a great accomplishment that takes a lot of support. That's why we provide millions of dollars in awards, grants, and scholarships that recognize athletic and academic excellence. And to help celebrate this achievement, the Iowa Farm Bureau provides commemorative soccer balls for each team competing in the state tournament. These keepsakes are a great way for these athletes to remember their experience here, as well as the teammates, coaches, parents, teachers, and mentors who've all played an important role in their journey. So, from the Iowa Farm Bureau, congratulations to all the players and coaches on an outstanding season, and good luck in the tournament.
Now let's meet the players in today's match. First, let's meet the non-starters for North Scott. Number 00, Sophia Steiner. Number 4, Meredith Carlson. Number 5, Bella Moore. Number 7, Callie Johnson. Number 8, Taylor Utzman. Number 10, Annabelle Ruth. Number 13, Tabitha Skiles. Number 14, Ava Holscher. Number 17, Chloe Dorr. Number 20, Delaney Fitzgibbon. And number 22, Mallory Detmeyer. Now let's meet the non-starters for Waverly-Shell Rock. Number 1, Stella Richards. Number 2, Mallory Nuss. Number 3, Sydney Bookman. Number 8, Lily Stow. Number 13, Kennedy Wykers. Number 16, Emma Enholt. Number 17, Joanne Butler. Number 18, Lauren Gade. Number 19, Molly Hunzelman. Number 20, Annalise James. And number 21, Emma Smith. Now let's meet the starters for today's match. First from North Scott, number 0, Nora Barnett. Number 2, Kennedy Thiessen. Number 3, Claire Schnorenberg. Number 6, Reese Hilsenbeck. Number 9, Ellie Scott. Number 11, Brooklyn Bullock. Number 16, Mackenzie Muller. Number 21, Bailey Arbogast. Number 23, Allison Muller. Number 24, Isabella Steiner. And number 25, Paige Kuhn. The head coach at North Scott is Dion Ayers. He's assisted by Lindsay Schwartz, Adrian Latham, and Eric Helting. Now let's meet the starters for the home team, the Waverly-Shell Rock Go Hawks. Number 0, Caitlin Egena. Number 4, Jalen Kent. Number 5, Amelia Abeen. Number 7, Sydney Bieneman. Number 9, Gracie Abin. Number 10, Winston Saranda. Number 11, Lindy Hubbard. Number 12, Mia Engelin. Number 14, Addie Ott. And number 15, Annika Ott. The head coach for Waverly-Shell Rock is Scott Shara. And the assistant coaches are Miranda Kurt and Zoe Campbell. The officials for today, your referee is Matt Ryder. ARs are Sean Geisa and Jared Nelson, and the fourth official is Rod Christofferson. Congratulations to both teams. Let's play some state tournament soccer.
You're watching the 2024 Girls State Soccer Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. As the sole title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, Iowa Farm Bureau believes in the Iowa girl and cultivating individuals with great character, a strong work ethic, and exceptional leadership skills. By investing in Iowa's youth, we're investing in Iowa's future. Sam Kane, as we take a look at both these teams, first of all, the visiting team today, North Scott, the Lancers, you look at what they've got going and so much, the history of what they've got. They're here for the 11th time in school history, but, they've got a lot of talent back from last year's state tournament team.
Yeah, they look like a strong side that has that experience that's always going to be needed, in these moments, because sometimes it just comes down to that psychological readiness, right? Being able to kind of match the intensity of the game and what's on the line. So I'm sure that's going to pay off for them in some shape or form today. But, we certainly can see that they've got a very strong opponent that they're going up against.
Dion Ayers has been around coaching for a long time, 22 years at North Scott with 11 state tournament appearances. And Waverly-Shell Rock, the Go Hawks, and as you look at them, there's a lot of girls who have scored goals for this team this year, led by sophomore forward Annika Ott. She's got 18 goals along with 5 assists. She's taken 75 shots, so a fair amount of shots that she's been able to get freed up for this year. A lot is going to roll through the midfield, and that's one of their great freshmen they've got on this team, and that's Lindy Hubbard. Will run things through the midfield right now. She's got 9 assists, leads the team in that this year. This is the 10th year in a row that the Waverly-Shell Rock Go Hawks have been here at the state tournament. They've got 6 starters back off last year's semifinal team. So Annika Ott was a huge part of that semifinal team a year ago. And Waverly-Shell Rock starts off there in these bright gold uniforms. They will be heading from left to right, shooting at that goal on the right on your screen. As they are working to get things set up initially, North Scott will be in their white uniforms, their road unis, and they will be trying to score at the goal on the left. These two teams did play earlier this year. Waverly-Shell Rock was victorious in that game 1-0. So early on, teams taking a couple big swings. You see North Scott's goalkeeper Nora Barnett has been really good this year. Averages right at 2 goals a game. A couple games where she's given up quite a few goals has kind of made that a little bit against some bigger competition, has skewed that number here a little bit, as that is Hubbard controlling things right now for the Go Hawks. They knock it out of there, and Allison Muller takes control for North Scott. Lancers down out of northern Scott County, Mississippi Athletic Conference. The Go Hawks out of Bremer County up in Northeast Iowa. Northeast Iowa Conference. Hubbard takes a goal kick there and just misses wide left. Great angle for us to see it. She had a nice little curve on that ball, bent it right through, but just missed wide to the left, and that'll be a goal kick for Barnett. Waverly-Shell Rock has kept the ball in their end the entire start of this one. Hubbard off the header. And did that catch somebody's hand?
Yeah, it looks like Waverly-Shell really have gotten off to a good start, putting them in a really good position now to potentially get an early goal.
Addie Ott taking this free kick, drives it right into the wall, right into the belly of Brooklyn Bullock. Ott sends it right back through, and a great save there in goal by Nora Barnett. Wow, full extension for Barnett.
Yeah, it looks like Barnett was not really expecting that shot to come in her direction, but great reaction save and a great job to get her hands on the end of that.
Go Hawks take the ball back, making a run at it right now is Winston Serrata. Back to the middle they go, to the corner, another big save out of nowhere comes Barnett.
What a save. Absolutely, that's a game-changing save. It's hoping this North Scotlandser team can, not concede any goals today. That's a big-time save.
We had a great view at the goal, as we'll see the replay now. We had a great view at the open on the goal, and she came out of nowhere right there to knock it down. So a throw-in coming up for the Go Hawks right now. This is Gracie Abbin. We'll take it. Waverly-Shell has the wind at their back for this half, and the wind has certainly died down. As I say that, you hear it in your microphone very strong, but much less of a wind than it was earlier this morning for our first game between another team up from Bremer County. Denver was here, and they won their game. Go Hawks had a chance there, knocked out of there once again by North Scott. Now North Scott looking to run. This is Mackenzie Muller in a race for the ball. All the way down, knocked out of bounds, and it will be Waverly-Shell ball.
Yeah, good running there from Muller. Really just trying to put her best foot forward there with some hard running into the channel. Unfortunate not to get the possession there and drive towards goal.
That defense of North Scott right there to knock it back in. That was Isabella Steiner. And now a big swing sends it out of bounds. And it'll be a throw-in.
Impressive to see such a young Waverly-Shell team out today and having such a great season thus far, and excited to see how they, evolve themselves into this tournament this week.
Yeah, 2 freshmen and 5 sophomores, a huge part of this Go Hawks squad this year. North Scott now trying to set things up. They swing it through, but right there's that Waverly-Shell defense again. Caitlin Eggenau, the goalkeeper, the senior goalkeeper for Waverly-Shell has allowed 4 goals all year long and only 37 saves. If that doesn't tell you something about the defense that plays in front of her, I don't know what does, because a lot of these teams are looking at over 100 saves for a lot of these goalkeepers this year, and she's played over 90% of the minutes for the Go Hawks.
Yeah, certainly brings some good size to that goal area, and happy to see she's had such a great season.
Oh, good touch there by North Scott as they ran that one through Muller. Shot from the left side, knocked out of there and kicked out of bounds. And that will be a throw-in for North Scott. Saw a nice touch there from Hilsenbeck as she tried to run that offense from the midfield spot. See how they play this throw-in. They go with a long throw-in and losing her footing just briefly. Ball's knocked out of there. A lot of contact in the penalty area. Nothing called.
And shoulder-to-shoulder contact, that would not be a foul in that situation.
And there's some contact there as Waverly-Shell will get the ball back. Maya England hit the deck. And now a little free kick for the Go Hawks. Man, the wind got underneath that one and carried that ball a long ways. Early on, couple opportunities for each squad. We're just a few minutes into this one this morning, this Class 2A quarterfinal. State of Iowa has 3 classes in girls soccer. Has a little run now, Hubbard, and set things up from the corner. She leads this team in assists, puts it through, and it's knocked out of bounds, and that will be our first Channel corner kick. Brought to you by Channel Seeds. Visit channel.com/rise. Heading over there to take that kick will be Addy Ott. Waverly-Shell Rock has made the state soccer tournament 17 times, a storied history. As we mentioned before, 10 years in a row the Go Hawks have been in. Long kick goes in, and it's knocked through and deflected, and no goal there as they square it up once again, and another save made by Barnett.
Well orchestrated set piece there from Waverly-Shell Rock. Unfortunate not to get, a strong shot on goal.
Some huge saves made by Barnett so far. As North Scott now trying to make a run, setting up the offense. They lob it over the top. It's headed back. That iron curtain defense of the Go Hawks. Hubbard pushes one ahead as they try to get it through. Now connects it on the right side. This is Serrata. Serrata tries to turn the corner, pushes it back to the middle, and there's no one there as the Lancers knock it out of there. Now making a run on the far side, knocked out by Shortenberg for the Lancers.
Serrata showing some great play there, changing her pace on the dribble to find herself to that end line and get that cross, in front of the face of goal.
Coach, you mentioned early on, actually after the last game we did, not on the air, but you identified several gals out in that first game that you could tell will be a future soccer player at various levels. I know you've coached the college game for a long time. What do you see in certain players out there that identifies that particular trait?
Well, I think the first thing that you want to look at is that competitiveness, right? Because when they step into a college environment, they're going to be amongst other players similar to their stature as players, right? Whether it's athletically, tactically, technically. So you want to be able to see players rise into the occasion. This is a great opportunity to see that because the pressure is on. It's win or go home. And then on top of that, it's that understanding of the game and it's that athletic component because as we all know, when the game speeds up, it requires, faster movement, faster understanding, faster thinking. So those are the key, components that I certainly will look at when evaluating, a potential player. But some great talent on display. And, speaking to my fellow colleagues here that are, currently recruiting, they're very impressed with what they've seen so far.
A lot of that has to do with the outstanding and vibrant club scene around the state of Iowa. So many top-notch soccer clubs that are out there. We've got several right here in the Des Moines area that we see close by, but I know there's others around the entire state. Going back a little bit as you were talking, what a play in goal. Claire Schnorenberg, for North Scott. The ball had got by the goalkeeper Barnett, and Schnorenberg knocked the ball out of there. North Scott with a chance right now, and it's knocked out of there by Waverly, and it did go off North Scott, so that will be a goal kick. But yeah, Schnorenberg, wow, she was in there. Headsy play. She knocked it right off her chest and saved the ball out of there, avoiding an early goal.
Absolutely. I mean, we had some great keeping on display earlier on, and she's really kind of set the standard now going forward for the day. So excited to see such a great save in such an early moment of the game.
Ball down in front of us right now. That's Serrata. Serrata, just a freshman we mentioned before. She definitely doesn't move like a 14-year-old. A lot of control. She doesn't move around like someone that's learning how to play the game right now. She is definitely out there taking control. Ball comes ahead a little bit too far as they try to lead it into Moeller, and it's knocked out of there once again by that Waverly-Shell Rock defense. Now ball once again, they're going to try to clear it, and they knock it out of there because Moeller was ready to clear it back to Barnett, but quickly closing was England. The Waverly-Shell Rock players cover a lot of ground in a hurry. They get back and cover things very fast on defense. Here's a nice look now for North Scott as they get the ball out on the edge to Carlson. Pushes it ahead, nicely weighted ball. Hilsenbeck there, it's the one they want to get to. She crosses it and just too much on it for Mackenzie Moeller.
Great soccer, absolutely fantastic soccer. Moving the ball quickly with a purpose. Unlucky there not to get on the end of that cross.
They had that play set up just perfect. Man, as you look into the goal for Waverly-Shell Rock at Caitlin Eggenaw, she stands a head taller than everybody else. Rangy, covers a lot of area in that goal. You can see why she's only given up 4 all year long. Hubbard tries to knock it out of there, and then a big knock from the back end on defense. North Scott, though, trying to go to work here on offense, going to try to change the angles. Around they go. Schnorenberg has it taken away. He wanted to get ahead for the Go Hawks to make a run, and it's going to go out of bounds as Ellie Scott tried to clear it. We'll kind of reset things as Waverly-Shell Rock will take the throw in. Our first IMT Insurance substitutions of the day. Visit us at imt-ins.com. Ball comes across the middle and cleared out of there once again. That was Paige Kuhn, sophomore midfielder for the Lancers. Now taking the throw-ins, Grace Abbin for Waverly. Knocks in and then out. England can't quite control it. And it will be a throw-in from deep in the corner. Spot that I can't see down there. Long throw-in comes up the sideline. Nice job to keep it in by Eva Holscher. Go Hawks take it back, and now North Scott looking to run. Pushes it through. Nice look as they get it ahead to Hilsenbeck. Hilsenbeck up the left side. Tries to cross it through. Too much on it. No one there, and it's cleared by the Go Hawks. Boy, Hilsenbeck just needed one more body up there, and now the Go Hawks trying to go on a run. Nice stop-and-go move by Kuhn. A lot of contact as it comes up the side, out of bounds, and will go to North Scott.
Yeah, Hilsenbeck is certainly a player to watch today. Brings a lot of energy to that final third. Has that change of pace, in her locker where she's driving on the dribble or looking to move into that, space in behind the back line. She's going to be that player you want to watch and be aware of at all times. Great to see on display today.
Big kick there from the Go Hawks. A lot of news channels on hand today, and that's one thing I've always appreciated about these girls' state tournaments and high school sports in general in Iowa. These ladies are treated like rock stars as they get sent away from town, and then when they get interviewed by the media after games here, it's really quite the event when you head to the media area and see all the cameras in the faces of these 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old ladies.
Yeah, I'm a little envious, I have to say. Where we were playing back in our state tournament, we were kind of isolated to the away team, or we were at home, and we were basically either moving on or not. It wasn't as collective as it is here, and I love the way they've, the state of Iowa have organized this. It's so good for the kids, for the parents, and just the overall community.
Having everything in one location allows you, if you want, you can come in and you only pay one admission. You can be here all day long watching a lot of soccer. There's 12 games going on in these quarterfinals.
And let's not forget my fellow colleagues, my college coaches, recruiting right now and, making those relationships so they can build on their futures.
You see that at all the different sports that come in, having everything. I've been a part so far this year of volleyball as they go to the middle once again. Comes across, and just a little bit too long it took for Meredith Carlson to take the shot. The ball took a weird hop coming at her, and Caitlin Eggenaw comes out to clear it. Huge opportunity there for North Scott. Finishing my thought there, I've had the opportunity to be around state volleyball, state basketball, state wrestling, state softball, and the girls' union just does things so well as Hubbard tries to push that one through, but trying to go through the physical defense right now of North Scott. It does go out of bounds, and the Go Hawks will get a throw-in as Gracie Abbin comes in quickly to do that. We've got another IMT Insurance substitution. Boy, this has got to be the best weather they've ever had on a day right now. I've said that over and over again. We get nervous when we're going to set up all our electronics outside with no protection from the elements, and it could not be any more perfect than what it is right now. Waverly-Shell Rock pushes it through. The one touch, not quite able to connect with Annika Ott. One more time, once again, Ott gives chase, and it's saved out of there by Barnett.
Yeah, Ott just showing again her ability to be comfortable on the ball, drive at defenders, create havoc on that, opponent defense. So you're intrigued to see how she evolves into this game and makes her presence known.
Nice back foot move there by Aben. Saved North Scott from making a run. That ball pushed out and nicely weighted as they push it through to Bieneman. Waverly-Shell Rock pushes it through a little bit too wide, and that'll be a goal kick for the Lancers. Waverly-Shell Rock, quite the young team. In fact, as you look through right now, just two seniors here, three on their state tournament roster, and only one starter, Caitlin Eggenaw, the goalkeeper, and she is a good one.
A great experience for these young girls, and certainly something they can take with them into their futures.
Just a great program that Scott Shera has built up there in Bremer County. It's been that way for a long time. That ball goes out of bounds. North Scott will get the throw in. A lot of contact there. It's a nice job. Ott boxes her way through that one, but North Scott gets it back. Now North Scott with Ruth. They try to get it ahead. Hilsenbeck. Go Hawks cutting off the angles. Hilsenbeck pushes it back through to the middle. Trying to make a move with Carlson. Back to the middle, and the Go Hawks going to clear it. Now the Go Hawks going to push it up the side. Nice pass to the middle, good touch as they move it through to England, and knocked back out of there once again. That ball gets through. England trying to chase through everybody. England makes a move, pushes it back to the center right there, and Serrata can't quite put it in. And coming out of there to knock it out is the goalkeeper Barnett. A huge opportunity for the Go Hawks.
Yeah, good chance for Ott there. Probably on another day she would have scored that with her, without any question, but just didn't get her footing set there when that ball was placed across the face of goal.
It's a little too much English on the ball, too, as it came through. Took a little weird hop off the grass, and that ball was just, a huge opportunity. Again, good soccer, though, like you talked about earlier. These ladies know when to anticipate getting it ahead. Now Hilsenbeck tries to go back to the middle. A lot of battling for the ball, and it's won by the Go Hawks. Huge job by Addie Ott. She pushes it ahead, and it'll go back, but Addie Ott and Hilsenbeck, just an absolute battle for that soccer ball. So North Scott takes a throw in, surrounded by a bunch of Go Hawks. Out to Serrata. Serrata going to try to center it. No, stop and go move. Great ball handling by Serrata with a left foot, trying to get it through to, I believe, is that Annalise James? A little miscommunication there. Another throw in for the Go Hawks. Oof. Lobs it down, some high cleats there from Serrata, and we will have another IMT Insurance substitution. Halfway through the first half, scoreless still here from the James W. County Soccer Park on the south side of Des Moines, Iowa. So this will be a throw-in from the corner for the Go Hawks as Gracie Aben knocks it through. Serrata takes a big swing at it, knocked off of a Lancer, and I thought it was, maybe it was not. Thought we had a corner kick coming up, but it appears the Lancers will take the goal kick, Will Barnett. Actually, now they're going to pass it off to Isabella Steiner. Steiner pushes it to the middle of the field, gets it over top of that first wave as Bailey Arbogast Gets a touch for North Scott. The Lancers and try to set things up, but that Waverly-Shell Rock defense is pressing forward hard. Taken back out of there, and a lot of contact is knocked over from behind.
Well, for being such a young team, this Waverly-Shell Rock group has really brought that physicality component today, and you can see why it's helped them be such a success this season. Because as we see throughout this course of the game so far, North Scott are doing a really good job getting the ball down on the ground, looking to play to feet, looking to play through the lines, and it's not been easy for them. As you can see, there's been constant pressure on the ball, really, stressing the thought process of this North Scott team in possession.
Didn't see what happened away from the ball there, but North Scott will get possession. First team I've seen this year in all yellow. Definitely you won't miss Waverly-Shell Rock as you walk out here onto the field. That ball goes over the top and cleared out of there by Aben. Serrata lines it up. And you constantly see Meredith Carlson has not made it easy for Waverly-Shell Rock in their defensive end to just try to clear that ball and get things set up the other way. But now some spacing here, good shape taking place for North Scott. And it's cleared out of there once again. One of the first times we really got to see them get into an offensive shape. A lot of contact there. The ball will go to North Scott. Sometimes, I'm not sure if it's on purpose, but sometimes you just get those hands naturally in front of you when you see a body coming at you like that. So North Scott will take the free kick. Long kick there as it goes up. And cleared out of there by Bieneman. A couple more IMT insurance substitutions. You visit them at imtins.com. Level up your game at Central College. More than half of Central students participate in intercollegiate athletics because Central allows you to pursue your passions and be more than a spectator. It's the best decision ever. Apply at central.edu. North Scott going to try to cycle things through on the defensive end, getting it ahead to Arbogast. Arbogast going to run things from the middle, tries to push it over the top, but right there to get Saginaw. Saginaw gets a big foot into that one. That ball carries a long ways and flips the field, as they say. James tries to get it ahead, pushes it through that North Scott defense. It's kicked out of bounds. A big kick by Annabelle Ruth. And Waverly-Shell Rock will get the throw in. It's Gracie Aben. Ball's out of bounds once again. Aben will take another throw in. Aben gets it over top of that first wave of defense. Try to get it through to Hubbard. Nothing there. Now going to cycle things back through once again. And is coming back up to get it is Barnett. And after several opportunities for each team early on, we've seen this move back into the teams becoming a little more deliberate on what they're trying to get going here offensively. Ball bounces up in the air as North Scott tries to make a little run. Change of direction by Fitzgibbon, who's checked into the game. And ball's knocked out of there once again. Waverly-Shell Rock going to try to counter. Nice move to sneak it through. Hubbard trying to make a run. She splits the defense. Hubbard in the open field, puts it over top of the goal. What a move by the freshman to free herself up in the open field. Just could not quite finish.
Yeah, Hubbard showing that ability to drive forward with the ball with pace and intent. Unfortunate there. It looked like she just was leaning back a little too much on that one. But a good start for this Waverly-Shell Rock team.
Hubbard's father, Mark, is the head football coach at Waverly-Shell Rock. He might like what he sees of that kick over top of the goal. Not quite connecting there on this one, but what a move by the young freshman. We have not heard the last of her, I have a feeling, with just over 50 minutes to go in this one. Big save by the young man in front of us, keeping our equipment protected. Gets a round of applause from our producer, Randy Nielsen. Randy's happy we're still on the air. As North Scott will get the throw in right in front of us. This is Paige Kuhn. Kuhn tries to get over top of everyone, connects it through to Bailey Arbogast. On the far side, that's Chloe Dorr, who's also recently checked into the game. They push it ahead. They're going to try to get it ahead to Hilsenbeck, making a run. And we are going to have a corner kick, another Channel Seed corner kick. Hilsenbeck will set this one up. As they have created a huge grouping in front of the goal. They spread it out. They try to go through and couldn't quite connect. And then coming back through the other side and just over top of the goal, barely missing, was Paige Kuhn. I even thought that Eggenall might have got a hand on that, but that ball was shot just over top. We're going to see the replay here. A lot of strength on that one, and no, she did not get a hand on that, but man, did not miss by much.
Struck it well. Unfortunate there on that last shot.
That's twice. We were very close.
As North Scott takes it back, Hilsenbeck once again. She's got a different gear when she gets that ball, does Reese Hilsenbeck. Future Minnesota State soccer player. Nice touch there, making the run up the sideline. The Go Hawks, and that's on the side of the goal. Couldn't see from our depth perception here. Saw the net move. That is just outside the goal. North Scott, nice move once again. We've seen Paige Kuhn do some nice things with the ball. As that one gets bumped ahead. Race for the ball, and Barnett's going to let it roll out the back end of the pitch. 10 minutes to go in this scoreless first half. Some exciting soccer, though.
Absolutely, some great soccer on display. North Scott doing a really nice job, building through the back, playing through the second and into that final line, and unfortunate not to be ahead, but to the credit of Waverly-Shell Rock, defending well at times and then also creating some good chances for themselves as well. So certainly a game that could go either way today.
Waverly-Shell Rock, big opportunity there, and once again over top of the net. That was Hubbard once again with a big leg. North Scott out of the Mississippi Athletic Conference, bulk of the teams they play throughout the course of the year are in Class 3A in their conference. When you talk about Bettendorf and Clinton, Assumption, Davenport Central, Davenport West, Pleasant Valley. So they play a gauntlet of a schedule in their own conference. In fact, 4 of their 8 losses were in their conference this year. We did mention they had a 1-0 loss to Waverly-Shell Rock back or right at a month ago. So they played to a very close game. Now North Scott going to try to cycle things through on the back end. Eva Holscher passes it over here to Brooklyn Bullock. They get it ahead once again. Slicing through is Hilsenbeck. She pushes it out there, and missing wide left on the shot is Moeller. Hilsenbeck was shot out of a cannon, appeared out of nowhere.
Prime example of letting the ball do the work. Sharing the ball, moving it quickly, with intent, looking to play forward at all times. Fantastic play on display.
North Scott continues to find themselves opportunities here against this outstanding Waverly-Shell Rock defense. As Eggenall pushes this one out, taken back in. Waverly-Shell Rock, with this wind at their back, has not been able to find the goal in the first half. Ball knocked out once again. You see the athleticism of both these teams on display as Serrata going to try to center this one eventually, and it's taken away from her by Chloe Dorr.
So Serrata has been dangerous today. You know, she's certainly a player that brings a different element to the attack. Good on the ball, and again, show that ability to stretch the back line of her opponent. Curious to see, how she can find her way more into this game. It looks like they've moved into more of a central role, so let's see how that pans out.
Knocked out of there once again by Kuhn, who's come up big time and time again. North Scott trying to set up their offense right now, running it through Bailey Arbogast. And quickly back in here to get it out of there was Aben, and Paige Kuhn going to run things back through Barnett once again on the defensive end. Now North Scott working on the ball right now is Kennedy Thiessen. And taken back, Waverly-Shell Rock, and back once again for North Scott. Brooklyn Bullock pushes it ahead, trying to feed Hilsenbeck up the right side, and they got it back to her on the rebound. She's got it now. Hilsenbeck tries to push it through to Arbogast, couldn't quite connect with it. And another IMT insurance substitution. We approach the 6-minute mark. Wholesale substitutions on both ends. A lot of subs coming into the game as we approach the 6-minute mark here of the first half. There's a huge roar from one of the fields behind us, so it makes you want to turn and look, but we've got bleachers behind us. We can't see that. Assume that's over on the 1 versus 8 field. Ball sent to the middle, and right there in perfect position was Caitlin Eggenau.
I thought someone was about to score.
So Eggenau will take that goal kick once again. Man, squared right up in the middle of the goal was North Scott. You get the feeling Eggenau gets one of these up in the wind, she maybe get credited for a goal kick at some point today. A shot on the goal, I should say.
And that's where, North Scott have to be very aware, when it comes to these goal kicks is that second ball. If they're not winning that first ball in the air, how they're responsive to that bounce and the likes of Serrata being able to, find that ball in behind.
Waverly-Shell Rock has not threatened in a while. They tried to get one there with Hubbard. Not able to connect. Deutmeyer pushes it ahead again. Hilsenbeck. Look at her quickness up the middle. They tried to center it once again and couldn't quite get it through to Moeller.
It brings a lot of energy to that attack, Hilsenbeck, and just really, again, exemplifying why she's had such a stellar season and why she's, again, progressing to the next level. Huge credit to her and her success.
Paige Kuhn will take, I can't tell down there, is that a throw-in or a corner kick? I can't see that. That is a throw-in. I see her up here right at the last second around the fans. Slicing through there for Waverly-Shell Rock, but knocking it out, and that'll be another throw-in. So Kuhn takes that throw in once again, tries to get it in to Bella Steiner. One of the first times we've seen them try to cycle things through, but Serrata comes through and snipes her from the backside. And Serrata briefly has it taken back, but that'll be a throw in for the Go-Hawks. Approaching the 3.5-minute mark of this first half, still scoreless. Each team's had some opportunities. Long throw, and they got it up the sideline. It gets over the top of everybody. Waverly-Shell Rock pushes it through. Wykers tries to get to the middle. Ott tries to body it up. Bodies go down all the way, and the foul is actually going to be on Waverly-Shell Rock. North Scott on the ground and injured right now for the Lancers is Ellie Scott.
She did a great job standing her ground there and winning such a key moment tackle for Scott on that one.
Scott is not feeling good at the moment. I'm not sure where she got hit.
It looked like it might have took place after her winning that initial challenge. Could have been some late contact.
Almost looks like they're looking at her back almost is what it looks like. No, they're not. Now they go back down to that right ankle. So they continue to work on that. There's just 3 minutes and 4 seconds left to go in this first half. And Ellie Ott is down right now as they move around that right ankle a little bit. Can't tell, with all the stuff that you have to wear for soccer, it's tough to tell if it's something that's new or something that's been existing with no tape to see like you can see in some other sports. As they continue to take a look at that right ankle. Looks like we've got a 1-1 game on another field, or on the field right by us with the 3-6 game right now, and that is the Dallas Center Grimes and Cedar Rapids Xavier. That's the game that the winner of this game will play. And it looks like DCG just scored another goal. So they just took the 2-1 lead on that field. We will take a quick break and be back with more action here as the trainers tend to Ellie Scott on the pitch. This is the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Soccer Tournament.
Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. That old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
Ellie Scott helped gingerly off the field. Good sign, though, as she is putting weight on that right leg. Looked like they were looking at her ankle, but she is definitely not incredibly comfortable right now as she makes her way off the field of the coaches and training staff. I know Drake University has provided athletic trainers all over the place today. Saw them checking in earlier as they have a great program there at Drake University right down the road here in Des Moines. So it will be a free kick for North Scott as we go back into play. Once again, you hear that breeze, but it is, again, just a gorgeous day. For those of you that are tuning in and wondering why we bring up the weather, well, May in Iowa has been absolutely crazy these last 3 weeks. 82 tornadoes have touched down in the state. You've had so much rain, nasty weather, and we are fully soaking this up today. As Waverly-Shell goes on a little run up the left side. That's Ott. They try to push it through, and North Scott once again there to thwart it. Now North Scott. We saw a goal in the last 64 seconds of our 1A game that we did today. These teams can't relax at all. In fact, it was 0-0 at that point, too. Tried to push one through to Hilsenbeck, but I think the wind pushed it back to the middle of the field. North Scott starting to control this game a little bit more on the offensive end. Meyer knocked through, but every time Waverly-Shell tries to push it through, North Scott is right there. Now under 2 minutes to go in this first half.
Yeah, North Scott doing a good job containing, the attack of Waverly today, and also kind of establishing some tempo to their offensive play. A good half on their behalf, but I'd like to see some more real goal-scoring opportunities.
Serrata muscles her way through as she turns the corner, cut off, though, by Kuhn. Serrata runs right around her to try to take it back. Interesting technique, but it was effective. Kuhn looked to take it away, and Serrata was quickly to the other side of her. And what have we got down in the corner? Another throw in from right at the corner. They push it into Serrata. Back out it goes to Aben. Aben going to try to center that thing and quickly back to the middle. Likers barrels it up, and Hubbard pushes it wide to the left.
Yeah, again, just North Scott showing that, that ability to defend that athletic, aggressive punch that has allowed Waverly to be so successful this season. So, it'd be interesting to see as we, unfold this second half, how both teams look to, bring a different idea or, ways of being able to, unlock the deadlock.
Serrata splits the defense, pushes it through and right into the back of the net. And that's a goal for Linston Serrata.
She's been excellent this half. Certainly one of my more intriguing players that I've watched so far, just with her movement on and off the ball and what she's been able to bring to the field. And not surprising to see her unlock this deadlock. Great goal.
She looked off the defense, glanced to her right. The entire defense moved that way and left herself with a wide open upper right corner of the goal, and Linston Serrata gives Waverly-Shell the 1-0 lead with 30 seconds to go in the first half. That's twice today now. We've seen goals right at the end of the first half as Kuhn tries to knock this out, pushes it back to the middle. North Scott now trying to push it once again. 5 seconds to go. Hubbard tries to push it through to Serrata. Can't quite connect, and that'll do it at the end of the first half. So with just over 30 seconds to go, Linston Serrata was able to, like I said, look off the defense and find the gap. And there was a miscommunication. I was just about to say how both these goalkeepers have kept everybody on the same page on defense today, and there was something there at the end that Nora Barnett was not happy about. There's some sort of miscommunication right at the end, and the defense completely cleared out for Linston Serrata.
Yeah, it looked like North Scott were a little delayed in pressuring the ball and gave Serrata the extra second to get her head up and find that pocket of the goal to penetrate. Excellent finish, upper right side of the goal there to take the lead for Waverly-Shell.
All right, it is halftime right now. We're going to take a quick break and be back with our halftime show, talk a little bit about what's gone on so far and what you'll expect to see in the second half. You're watching the Girls State Soccer Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Frank, when you think Fairway, you think fresh. Is that the winning culture you've tried to create?
Penelope Pineapple, what an unbelievable produce performance. How does your team stay so fresh?
Sunkissed Orange. Is it true Fairway has offered the freshest produce in town since 1938?
What can we say? Our produce is so fresh, we're speechless.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics. Because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. And that old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe it. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
Welcome back to halftime here at James W. County Soccer Park in Des Moines, Iowa. Waverly-Shell Rock, a 1-0 lead over North Scott. How did it get that way? Let's take a look at the replay. Winston Serrata got the ball off the touch, just looks off the defense, splits him, and man, what a beautiful spot to put that goal.
Yeah, it looked a little unfortunate there on the defensive side for Scott. They've done such a good job, for the majority of this half, containing Serrata and some of the threats that, Waverly-Shell Rock have brought to the table. But in that situation, it just looked like a misunderstanding. Kuhn didn't step to the ball. Maybe she was, who knows what really went on, but mistakes do happen. Gave Serrata that extra couple seconds to take that time to get her head up and find her place on the goal. But, North Scott have played some great soccer, looking to always build through that midfield, switching the play, quite frequently, and finding those moments where they can, use Hilsenbach's athleticism to, attack that final line. We're definitely curious to see how they can now put their foot hold in this game, because they're trailing, by a goal now, and it's going to take a bit of a mountain to climb to get them, ahead. One, hopefully for their own sake.
We mentioned how much of a stalwart that defense has been for Waverly-Shell Rock all year long. Only giving up 4 goals all season certainly makes that task much taller into the second half. The rest of the 2A games going on right now: number 1 North Polk against number 8 Lewis Central. Number 4 Pella is taking on number 5 Iowa City Liberty. Like we mentioned, this is a 2 versus 7 game. Waverly-Shell Rock, the 2 seed, North Scott, the 7, and then Dallas Center Grimes right now, the 3 seed, currently leading Cedar Rapids Xavier. They have about 9 minutes left in the first half, and DCG leads that game 3-1. So right now, we'd like to take a moment to once again thank our title sponsor, the Iowa Farm Bureau, for their support of the state soccer tournament. Farm Bureau knows that strong, vibrant schools are the cornerstone of our communities. That's why they're the proud title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and this amazing girls state soccer tournament. They believe that by investing in our youth, we're investing in Iowa's future. Earlier this week, the IGHSAU had the opportunity to speak with Iowa Farm Bureau President Brent Johnson to learn more about Iowa Farm Bureau's support of the IGHSAU and student athletes across the state.
Hello, I'm Brent Johnson, President of the Iowa Farm Bureau.
And I'm Erin Gerlich, Executive Director of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. We'd like to thank you for joining us for the Girls State Soccer Tournament.
The Iowa Farm Bureau knows that strong, vibrant schools are the cornerstone of our communities. That's why we're proud to be the title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and this amazing state tournament. This tournament not only showcases Iowa's elite teams, but the athletes competing here today are among our nation's best and brightest. And Iowa's farmers are among the nation's most productive. Our partnership with the Girls Union gives us the opportunity to recognize both, all while supporting and lifting up the Iowa girl.
With the help of the Iowa Farm Bureau, we celebrate students' efforts not only on the field, but in the classroom as well. The Iowa Farm Bureau is committed to your success and supports our organization and the Iowa Girl. Through millions of dollars they provide in awards, grants, and scholarships that recognize athletic and academic excellence.
As Iowans, we have a lot to be proud of. Whether you're a student competing here today or a fan tuning in, we all play an important role in making our state great. So, from the Iowa Farm Bureau
and the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union,
congratulations to your school on a terrific season, and good luck in the tournament games.
Slade's the place for you!
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. That old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
And we're back here getting set to go with the second half. North Scott will take possession. We'll now flip things. The Lancers will be going from left to right on your screen in their all-white uniforms and red numbers. Waverly-Shell in their bright gold unis today. Gold shirts, gold socks. The Go Hawks leading 1-0 after a goal with just over 30 seconds to go in the first half. North Scott going to control things right away with Arbogast. Tries to push it all the way down and out the back edge of the pitch, and that'll be a goal kick for Caitlin Iganaw. So they'll actually set things up. Long kick into that wind. Arbogast pushes it back through and out of bounds to take the throw in for the Go Hawks. Waverly-Shell trying to return to the state semifinals that they made it to a year ago as they advance it up through these throw-ins. Right in front of us, Sydney Bieneman will take the throw, tosses it over top of everybody. Powerful throw as she tries to get it ahead to Ott. And we're playing up this left sideline here, advancing the ball by throwing. That's not how the game of soccer is supposed to work.
Yeah, it was a great half. I'm excited to see what this second half brings.
Get the feeling that if anybody, there's been a lot of opportunities. If anybody can start to capitalize on them against a couple very talented defenses, that's what's going to determine the outcome of this game here in the second half. That would have been a great shot. All the camera guys there as North Scott. The goal into the corner.
What a goal. Great finish.
They've got, I can't see who it is right now. Let's see. There, I'm losing her. Is that 11? Is that Brooklyn Bullock? Brooklyn Bullock takes it by herself and ties the game up at 1. Let's see the replay.
It does a great job here. Checking her shoulder. First touch in front. Sees a corner. Fires through. Body position. As you see there, her body position was leaning forward. It wasn't leaning back. Made good contact with the ball. Was hitting the center of the ball, not the outside or the inside, and followed through. Great finish there from Bullock.
So for the last 2.5 minutes of game time, we've had 2 goals. That just the 5th goal that Waverly-Shell Rock has given up all season long. Now the Go Hawks back on the attack. Sending it through, that's Jalen Kent in the game. Now Serrata barrels it up and goes just over top with a left foot. Serrata got the victim of the wind here today. Got her sheets blowing all over the place. Thank you. It's second big save today from Messi in front of us.
Well, what a response! Considering they were, Scott conceded a goal, within 5 minutes of the half succeeding, and now their response with a tying goal, and it looks like now they've really picked up some momentum.
Yeah, they try to get ahead to Hilsenbeck, and they want to get her involved as much as they can here in the second half. And they'll have a chance once again for a throw-in on the far side. Paige Kuhn makes the trek down. As coming off the field is Arbogast in another IMT insurance substitution. Got another throw in now for North Scott. A lot of contact there. Kuhn runs into a wall as she tries to work it forward. And it's taken back. On the move once again. This is Kennedy Thiessen. And knocked out of there by Maya Behrens. And that'll be another throw-in for Kuhn. Hilsenbeck. It's out-muscled a little bit there by the Waverly-Shell Rock defense. They push it ahead as Serrata's going to try to make a run at it, but right there to kick it out of bounds is Allison Moeller. As the Go Hawks taking their throw in. Look to try to change some of the angles here as they cycle it through. And back down to the corner it goes. Nobody's there. And once again, knocked out of bounds by Moeller. Abbott comes up to take the throw in. Goes short with it to Serrata. Serrata wheels around, pushes it back to the middle, and they tried to get the header up there to Hubbard. Couldn't quite connect. Great play made by Barnett. And now North Scott pushing it ahead and out of bounds. That'll be Go Hawk ball. So now Hilsenbeck, little nifty ball handling, tries to push it ahead and give it the opportunity to run for Mackenzie Moeller. Moeller sprints down and somehow finds the ball, gets by it, and it goes, I'm not sure here, I'm not seeing, oh, it's a corner kick. It already gone out of bounds, so another channel corner kick. We've got certain views that are blocked here on the field, so sometimes we just have to see how everybody reacts. Certain places, you guys have a better view of it from home than we do. So the corner kick comes in, set up, and headed out of there by Wykers. Excuse me, that is Bieneman. Hubbard tries to fight her way through. Knocked out of there. North Scott keeps the ball on their end. Couple nice touches there by the Lancers. Battle in front of us. Carlson cycles things back through. North Scott going to try the left side now. And taken away and sent out by the Go Hawks. Now Serrata making the long run. Serrata tries to push it back through to the middle, and coming up to make the save is Barnett.
Serrata just showing her threat, on that North Scott goal. They're going to have to do a better job containing her today if they want to get a result, because every time that she seems to be getting the ball, she's in those goal-scoring moments.
Little battle for the ball. North Scott comes out with it, and there's going to be a foul on the Waverly defense. Ott being a little too physical going after the ball. And North Scott will get the indirect. Now it becomes, can North Scott match the intensity that they've played with to start the second half for the next 32 minutes? Because there's been a little extra pep in their step as they came onto the pitch to start the second half. Long kick comes in. The ball's going to be headed out the back of the pitch, and it'll be another channel corner kick for North Scott. Is that Bullock? No, that's not. I can't see who that is on the far side taking the kick. Is in there and knocked out of there by Bieneman. North Scott high up over the top. Carlson goes up, tries to head it in and can't connect. And it will be another goal kick for the Go Hawks. Long kick in. North Scott, though, has kept the ball with the wind at their back. They've possessed the ball a lot in these first 10 minutes of the second half. Big connection at big collision, at midfield. Nothing there. Onsides. Hubbard makes a run at it, and coming out way out of the goal box. And good save here by our producer, Randy. There's going to be a foul on Waverly-Shell Rock as there was contact made.
Yeah, Barnett doing a good job there, reading the line and stepping up and being able to get a foot on that clearance. Really important for a goalkeeper to read the game and move accordingly, whether she's having to move back or move forward and close that space between her and her defender.
And we're going to get a yellow card right now issued on Mackenzie Moeller as she came in, big shove, quite physical. Well, I think that was England as she came after the ball, but that contact in the back is a no-no, as England will be forced to sit for a few minutes. And we saw a goal connection in that first game tonight. Addie Ott will set this one up to try to do the same thing for Waverly-Shell Rock. She pushes it up over the top, and coming out of there is the goalkeeper Barnett, and it is cleared by North Scott. They dodge a bullet. Quickly, North Scott trying to push it through. They had an opportunity, but good defense by the Go Hawks. Great play there in the middle of the field by Addie Ott. North Scott tries the connection. As they do, they're going to set this up and run it through Thiessen. And Waverly-Shell Rock clears it once again. Opportunity for Serrata to make a run. She's cut off underneath by Moeller. And now coming through, they go to the middle. And it's knocked out once again by the Lancers. First yellow card we've seen in a game and a half today.
Been a physical contest, but I would say it's been fair for the most part on both sides. Not a lot of malicious play taking place, which is always good to see.
Throw in here for the Lancers. They push it through to Arbogast. Serrata tries to control things, going to run the show for the Go Hawks. Ahead to Ott. Ott makes a run up the right side. Tries to center it through, works her way around the defender. Great move by Addie Ott. Back to the middle it goes. Hubbard. She goes to the left foot and misses wide left. Hubbard did a great job trying to get her hips squared around once again, but just not, that angle was very tough on her. Pushed it just wide left.
Yeah, you've got to appreciate the two playing styles today. You know, Waverly-Shell Rock playing with more of an urgent approach to get that ball forward into Serrata and Ott. And then you've got North Scott looking to really build through the lines and really control the speed of the game, you know, through their passing combinations.
Well, North Scott playing more of that, the style that we will likely see in 3A, and that would make sense because that's what the 3A competition will play a lot like a lot of the times. And Arbogast is going to trip up Addie Ott, and that'll be another free kick for Waverly-Shell Rock.
And a credit to the coaching staff on both sides playing to the strengths of their teams. You can see it clearly on display today.
Ott goes way over the top and knocked out of there once again by the Lancers. Bieneman going to try to set things up. A little miscommunication there, and now North Scott's on the run. Lancers trying to make a move. Nicely weighted ball for Hilsebeck to try to run it down, and she does. Tries to turn the corner. What a move by Hilsenbeck. Back to the middle they go, and a missed opportunity for North Scott as Arbogast sends it over top of the goal.
It's great movement there from Hilsenbeck, just showing that high energy she brings to the field, and unfortunate for Arbogast not to get on the end of that and find the target.
You see they worked their way right to it, and a great look, and I couldn't see who the defender was for Waverly-Shell Rock that came in and might have thrown that ball off just a little bit right at the end. Maybe rushed it just a tinge. So North Scott has settled in and played some solid ball here in this second half. But now, as I say that, on the run is Ott. Ott back to the middle of the field, trying to square one up. Barrels it right through and over top of the goal.
And this is where North Scott can't take their foot off the pedal. They've got to be cognizant of the transition of Waverly-Shell Rock. They've got players in those forward areas that can hurt you and create a lot of damage. So very important when they're in those transitional moments that they're aware of those danger players that, have caused the havoc this season for the Shell Rock team.
Nearly 15 minutes into this second half, and we are still tied at 1. Long ball sent over the top. Battle for it. Waverly-Shell Rock comes away with it. Up high in the air it goes. Serrata climbs the back of Allison Moeller, and Kuhn knocks it out. But quickly going over there and shielding her off is Mia England, And that will be a throw in for Waverly-Shell Rock. We have seen that you cannot relax even in the slightest here, because each of these goal teams can score in a hiccup. Center things up. Serrata tries to pull it back. Squares up with her left hand, and a huge save once again by Nora Barnett. The cat-like reflexes of Nora Barnett, as you'll see here. having to redirect and then fully extend, saving the go-ahead goal. Now Waverly-Shell Rock on the channel corner kick. Up over the top, and the angle was right there for Bieneman. She was left unmarked. See that replay there, but Bieneman was left with no one around her and just went wide left on that corner kick. You'll see it here. That is a perfectly placed ball.
Yeah, free header there, you know, in that goal area. Certainly one that she probably wish she could rewind back, but great effort and some great pressure here from Waverly-Shell Rock.
As they get set to go with a goal kick once again. And just like that, North Scott will be able to go on the attack. Thought they were going to try to get it out over here a little bit late, but they do. Back to the middle they go with Carlson. And down in the corner they go, and that will be a throw-in for WSR. Spent a lot of time in Waverly back in my day. Went to college at Wartburg up there, so got to know the area quite well. Recognize a few of the names of some families synonymous with that place up there on the roster here for the Go Hawks. Beautiful area, nice town up in northeast Iowa, just north of Waterloo, Cedar Falls. In fact, I know a lot of North Scott kids end up going to school up there as well, so little connections between those towns. Arbogast showing off some moves, sets things up. Bellamore with Arbogast taking control. Knocked out of there by Bieneman. Paige Kuhn now going to try to cycle things through, take it in on Serrata. And she tries to get around her, and that will be a throw-in for North Scott. The Lancers and the Go Hawks all tied up at 1 as we approach the midway point of this second half. Ball goes up over the top. Opportunity here for Hilsenbeck, and coming out of there to make the save. Open goal and a diving stop by Caitlin Eggenaw. Not often you see the goalkeeper come from behind to make the play. Check out the effort by the senior.
Just showing sheer athletic ability there and desire to win that ball. Great goalkeeping.
And now a little spark in the Waverly-Shell Rock faithful behind us.
And that's what it's going to take. It's going to take those types of moments to get a result today and move on to the next round.
As they get set to go with things. With a free kick from North Scott. Battle for the ball, coming away with it is Ott. Ott changes positions with Serrata. Serrata making a run. Nice move to go through and tries to get it to the middle, but taken out of there by Arbogast. And what are we getting? I missed it down there. The yellow card issued for Arbogast.
Looks like she caught the back of the foot.
We'll see the replay here.
Yeah.
We were blocked by the fans.
Yeah, it's just
there we go. Yep.
Back of the foot there of Serrata's.
Clipped it. So now an opportunity for Waverly-Shell Rock for a little set piece on the free kick from just inside your corner kick area. Using the three-person wall. I can't see who's taking it down there right now for the Go Hawks. Ott pushes it over the top, and it goes out the back end of the pitch. Halfway through the second half, tied up at 1 between Waverly-Shell Rock, the Go Hawks, and the Lancers of North Scott.
Could go either way. Both teams have shown positive signs of looking to score, and certainly a game that's up in the air right now.
So now Waverly-Shell Rock once again with a free kick. It's lofted over the defense. In there in the middle, and Ott has it knocked away from her. They still have to kick it out of there, and they do. Bieneman controls it. Tries to push it ahead. And it's taken out of there by Bella Moore. Big battle for the ball.
Good job, guys.
And North Scott clears it. Making a run at it, though, right now is Mackenzie Moeller. As the ball goes out the far side, and North Scott with Moeller will head over to take the throw in. I'm looking, and I didn't see earlier. Hilsenbeck is in the game. Just have not seen her with a touch lately, and they try to sneak it through to her. And here's an opportunity once again as the ball out in the middle of the field, and Eggenall once again comes through. She takes a big kick. Adiot trying to make a run up the left side. Tries to push it through, and she does get it through to Annika. And the ball is out of bounds. Another throw in. Another opportunity there, and another save for Barnett.
Yeah, Shell Rock continuing now to really find their way into this game, and really putting a lot of threat on this North Scott goal.
So the throw in here for Waverly-Shell Rock, it goes right back into their bench. Shaded over there today, although probably not necessary on a day like today. Just gorgeous. Ball goes over the top and out the back edge of the pitch, and we're going to have another channel corner kick. Corner kick up over the top of everyone, and right there to go up and get it is Barnett once again. She's been great in goal today for the Lancers. Lancers now going to try to set up an offense and run through it. This is Thiessen. Pushes it through to the middle, controlled there by Moeller. Moeller tries to get over the top of everyone, can't quite do it, and once again Eggenall, as the field was flipped very quick. Ball goes high up in the air once again. Hubbard on the control. Cycles it back out through Mallory Nuss, who's now in the game. And the ball with a little spin over the top. North Scott on the run right now. This is Mackenzie Moeller. Moeller kicks it off of Amelia Aben, and they say it will be a goal kick for North Scott, or excuse me, for Waverly-Shell Rock. A bunch of substitutions come in the game right now, brought to you by INT Insurance. Visit them at imtins.com. Big kick put there into the middle. Hubbard wheels around, sends it up the sideline. comes right back to her. So now back with the ball is North Scott, but no one's out there on the left side. 15 minutes to go in this quarterfinal Class 2A game. Level up your game at Central College. More than half of Central students participate in intercollegiate athletics because Central allows you to pursue your passions and be more than a spectator. It's the best decision ever. Apply at central.edu. So if this game does remain tied, we will have a 10-minute overtime period of golden goal. And if no winner after that, we'll have another 10-minute overtime period with a golden goal opportunity. And if no winner is determined by that point, we will head to penalty kicks, which is each team gets 5 of those. And if a winner is not determined after that, they'll go every other until a winner is determined. So we'll see how the next 14 minutes and 5 seconds develop here. Waverly-Shell Rock, though, going to try to push things through. Down in the corner they go to Kennedy Wykers in the game. She pushes it back through the middle, and North Scott comes out of there with the ball. North Scott now trying to make a run, slicing her way through is Mackenzie Moeller. Moeller from the corner pushes it in and into the edge of the net, and North Scott has taken the 2-1 lead.
Great goal there from Muller, just showing her ability, which she's shown all game, to just continue running with that full force mindset. Look at the way she drives there, gets her head up, finds the bottom of the corner. Great finish. Thank you very much.
And Moeller had done pretty much that whole thing on her own. She made a move out here about 40 yards out to clear herself into some space. And how about the way to change the angle and put it into the side of the net, because Caitlin Eggenaw could not have played that better than what she did. She came out to take away and close down the angles altogether. And she put that right into the edge. Great goal there, great effort by Mackenzie Moeller, the sophomore midfielder, her 7th goal of the season. Now we'll see what Waverly-Shell Rock does with 13 and a half minutes to go. It was Waverly-Shell Rock drawing first blood, but 2 unanswered goals in this second half from North Scott. Trying to pull the upset. Waverly-Shell Rock down on the far side of Emma Smith. Out of bounds it goes. Will be a throw in for Waverly-Shell Rock. And they can score quickly. Both these teams have shown the ability to score quickly.
Yeah, it was just a simple transitional moment. You know, it was a long ball into the channel for Muller to use what she, brings best to the field, and that's that ability to drive into that space and create havoc on any, for any back line. And tremendous job to cut inside and gather herself and compose herself to find that bottom corner of the left side of the goal. Fantastic finish.
And we've got a couple substitutions coming in for the Go Hawks. Brought to you by IMT Insurance. I see Jalen Kent checking back into the game. Didn't quite catch who that other substitution was going to be. Go Hawks. Ball goes out of bounds. That'll be a throw in. comes through, Hilsenbeck. And we haven't seen her do much. We've seen her do a lot, but as far as getting results right now, but we've seen her control that ball a bunch. Now here on the left side is Chloe Dorr.
Yeah, she's been in a variety of different positions. I think she's found it hard to kind of find some rhythm in the second half, but her presence on the field does a lot in itself. For an opponent back line, they've got to keep an eye on her at all times. They've got to understand the spacing because her speed is such a threat. So tremendous player, and excited to see what she brings if they are able to go forward into the next round.
So I'm not sure what just happened. The official stop play I didn't see down in the corner. Offsides was up. Okay. Flag was up. And now the Go Hawks will have a kick from deep in their own end. Arbogast has found herself around that ball a bunch today. Bailey Arbogast, senior defender, been all over the field as she gets a foul there, but she has been a spark for this North Scott Lancer squad.
She has to be careful. She's on a yellow card already, and that situation just there, I wouldn't say was card worthy, but she just has to be careful if she is hoping to play in that next game.
Waverly-Shell Barons tries to set things up as the ball has some backspin back to England, and that ball goes out of bounds. It will be a throw-in for the Go Hawks. Now under 10 minutes to go.
You see North Scott kind of dropping more into a defensive shell with one forward with high, and interesting to see now kind of the game plan, in their offensive transition.
Tries to set things up through Bieneman, and she loses it out of bounds. It will be North Scott ball, and North Scott will take this opportunity to sub in a couple on another IMT insurance substitution. Scott with 2 goals in the second half as they trailed 1-0 at the break.
Just shows the importance of resilience, within a team and character to not give up. And huge credit to this team today in North Scott, and even Waverly-Shell still putting on a great display.
Waverly-Shell continues to pressure on the offensive end as they get it out here to Kent. Kent pushes it ahead, going to allow Ott to try to make a run. And beating her to the ball was Claire Schnorenberg. And another yellow card issued. Who'd that yellow card go to? Let's see here what happened down in the corner.
Ooh, okay. It looked like some post-contact after the ball was played, so that would be an understandable and fair call.
So Annika Ott, the leading scorer for Waverly-Shell, gets the yellow card issued to her. So with 8 minutes to go, she has to take a seat for the next 5 and then wait for a break in play to get back into the game. So a huge blow to Waverly-Shell hopes of a comeback. Taken out of there, battle for the ball, and that's going to be a foul on Hubbard. And North Scott will try to get Isabella Steiner up quickly. She's a little hobbled by that contact, but they don't want that clock to stop anymore.
Absolutely not. And they got to find now a way to kind of drain this game out and drain that energy that is prevalent at this current moment. And that's going to involve getting the ball down and doing what they do best, playing through the line, slowing the game down, letting the other team chase and scratch at the ball.
North Scott down on the far side, and they will be content to let that ball keep rolling that direction as much as they can over these next 7 minutes. And more substitutions coming in for the Lancers. I have a feeling we'll see a lot of those. Little battle for the ball. Taken out of there by North Scott. Big foot sent into things, and Aguinaldo lets it roll out the back part of the pitch. He'll take the goal kick now with 6.5 minutes to play. Battle for the ball. Headed out of there by Thiessen. Arbogast, who's back in the game from her yellow card. Will move down in the corner to Muller. Muller's got a goal today, the go-ahead goal. Run to the middle and a lot of contact, and they're going to say foul back there on. And again, Arbogast has to be careful. She's already, you said, playing with that yellow card. She cannot be talking back to the official like that right now. Ball gets over the top. Thought there might be an opportunity for Hubbard to do something with it. And the ball goes out of bounds once again. So every time that ball goes out of bounds, there's absolutely no rush now for North Scott to get it back in. Up the sideline it goes and out of bounds once again. So North Scott able to advance it. That time they do get it in quickly to Hilsenbeck. Back to the middle they go. Little run for the ball.
This is the time where they just want to connect. You know, they want to find feet and slow the game down to their rhythm.
So once again, Aguinaldo comes out to take the ball. But starting to get into pressure time for the Go Hawks. Going to have to figure out a way. Talking about finding feet, they're going to have to find a connection on some of these passes on the offensive end. See if they can free somebody up. Go a long ways out from the goal. Coming was Nora Barnett. Battle on the far side, out of bounds once again, and now we've got a bunch of substitutions in. This we talked about earlier. That first game, the team that's got the lead is substituting, so the official stops the clock with 4:22 to go. And some fresh bodies come in for the Lancers. Lancers make a run up the side, they connect. And out of bounds it goes, and it will be Lancer ball. They found the feet that time. Connected on those passes as they continue to control the ball. A couple nice touches here by the Lancers and just shielding the ball away, and then out of bounds, knocked out of bounds again. They just throw in and protect the ball on the far side. No rush right now for North Scott. And now the ball does get turned over back to the Go Hawks. Waverly-Shell Rock trying to mount an offensive attack right here as North Scott tries to hold on. Some space there. And I'm in the area right now between being on the low end of the crown on this side and the crown on the other side. It's tough to see who's got what as Waverly-Shell Rock subs, and they're going to have to hurry because precious time is ticking off the clock, and they won't stop the clock for you to sub when you're behind.
Yeah, urgency is more necessary than ever before right now with this much time left.
Waverly-Shell Rock out of bounds once again. They'll get another throw in. 2.5 minutes to go. North Scott trying to hold on to pull the 2-7 upset. Long throw in up into that wind, headed through and then cleared out of there by North Scott once again, and they will be perfectly content to do that over and over again now. And the ball will be thrown in once again. Wind a little bit in the face of the gals throwing it in from that side right now. Makes it harder to get it up in the air and carry all the way in front of the goal. As that ball got knocked down there, header goes through the back edge of the pitch. And now no rush whatsoever for Nora Barnett. In fact, someone grabbed the ball and threw it to her as she was casually going back to get it. She was in no rush to go back, and now they can take their time to get rid of this one as well.
You hate it if you're the opponent, but you understand it if you're on the team itself, right?
Those who are in the lead deserve to set the tempo. Now with 1:20 to go. Contact from behind. There's going to be a foul, and here's an opportunity for Waverly-Shell Rock off a set piece. We've seen one from further out as Ott's going to go set this one up. Addie Ott. We saw them score with 30 seconds left in the first half. As Addie Ott sets things up. Under a minute to go. Ott pushes it right in and right into the wall. Ott off the rebound. It goes through and contact everywhere. 45 seconds to go, and the ball's going to get sent down the field once again before Maya Barron sets it up. Hubbard in the middle of the field. Knocked out of there once again. And North Scott with a run for the ball. Waverly-Shell Rock may have one more opportunity as Hilsenbeck takes a big kick down the field. Now Eggenaw over the top of everybody, and that's going to roll out of bounds on the far side, and Waverly-Shell Rock going to have to hurry. 15 seconds to go. The throw in, and once again, North Scott content to kick that ball out of bounds. And North Scott, with 2 second-half goals, has pulled the 7-2 upset over Waverly-Shell Rock, 2-1. That is a bunch of happy Lancer girls over on the far side of the pitch, as they're congratulated by their coaching staff in a game that looked like, you mentioned at halftime, it looked like North Scott, that they were trailing 1-0, but it really looked like they had controlled the bulk of that first half, and in the second half the results showed it.
Yeah, I thought they played a great game of soccer. They were really looking to entertain with the ball, by sharing it across, each line of the field. And I'm happy to see them get a result like that, to come back from a goal behind and have 2 unanswered goals, in a half of soccer like that is a phenomenal accomplishment in such a big stage of a game that it is. So huge credit to this coaching staff, huge credit for these girls, and really happy to see how they progress in this next semifinal.
Let's send it over to our public address announcer for the awards presentation.
North Scott band to the center field as Mackenzie Muller advances her team in the bracket to the Class 2A. They will face
nice job, gentlemen.
right here on field 6.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Lancers.
As you see the Lancers coming over right in front of us to celebrate with their fans. Let's see that game winner that took place. There you go. What a nice looking goal.
Excellent
there to
finish.
win it all. Mackenzie Moeller, the sophomore midfielder, with her 7th goal of the season. Waverly-Shell Rock had given up 4 goals all year until today when they lost 2-1. That was a fun one here today on Field 6 at the James W. County Soccer Park. We're going to get set to go here for our 3A game here in about an hour to go. On behalf of our color analyst, Sam Kane, the coach, our producer, Randy, and all of us here in Des Moines, I'm Andy Pollock, and thank you for watching our live coverage of the 2024 Girls State Soccer Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.